Lewis Hamilton has just been hit with devastating news coming straight from Ferrari's top management, right after a tragic weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, where the veteran world champion slid around, struggled, and finished only in 7th place. The Italian team's response was more than disappointing. It was truly shocking, as immediately after the final flag, Frédéric Vasseur and the rest of the squad released a statement that completely changed the tone of Hamilton's debut campaign wearing red. No sugarcoating, no optimism, just a raw and direct assessment indicating that the entire project seems to be on the verge of imminent collapse. Ferrari's public statement was crystal clear in expressing dissatisfaction with the results achieved, with the team's progress, with Hamilton's performance, and even with the driver himself. Lewis openly admitted that there is no solution for this season's car number 25, summarizing the road ahead with a single word: painful. This is no longer just about adapting or learning. The situation has evolved into a full-blown crisis, and what happens next could define both the direction of the team and the legacy of the British multi-champion. Before we dive into the explosive remarks from Vasseur and Hamilton, and break down the tense scenario unfolding in Maranello, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and watch until the end so you don't miss any key information. This is an episode you will definitely want to follow through to the end, because what Ferrari just revealed completely shifts the landscape of the season. The harsh reality is this: Ferrari's current model is more than just flawed. It is inconsistent, unpredictable, and fails to offer Hamilton the fundamentals he needs from a top-tier racing car. And even more concerning, according to the driver himself, there is no solution on the horizon. Not in the coming days, not in the next few weeks, perhaps not even during the rest of the year. On the Jeddah circuit, the struggle was clearly severe from the first lap to the final flag. Hamilton found himself stuck with a car that seemed to have a mind of its own. Finishing 7th might not sound catastrophic at first glance, but the reality behind the result tells a much darker story. At no point did he look comfortable or genuinely competitive, and the man brought in to restore Ferrari's glory admitted, in no uncertain terms, that the experience was terrible. From the very beginning, Hamilton dealt with such a severe level of understeer that cornering with precision became impossible. The car simply refused to cooperate. Tire degradation appeared early on. He slid and fought for control, with no reward in return. Even after changes during the pit window, there was no real improvement. According to him, there was absolutely nothing positive to take away from today. And this has moved far beyond frustration. It is a clear and crushing defeat. It is staggering to hear a 7-time world champion say there is no possible fix for the current car. This is Lewis Hamilton, a competitor who has always championed effort, adaptation, and the pursuit of progress. And now he admits that this model may be fundamentally unworkable. He said this will be a painful year, that he needs to keep working, keep breathing, keep moving forward, but that his energy is fading. Then came Ferrari's statement. It was not a direct criticism, but there was also no sign of support. Frédéric Vasseur was crystal clear. Adaptation is expected, performance is mandatory, and time is running out. Ferrari did not bring Hamilton on board to fight for mid-grid positions, while Leclerc reaches the podium. Yes, Charles Leclerc delivered once again. The Monegasque driver continues to show that even with the car's current limitations, he is capable of competing at the top, securing strong finishes, and bringing results. Meanwhile, Hamilton is beginning to question every aspect of the package in his hands, from balance to steering response and strategic decisions. He is applying his full arsenal, but it has not been enough to tame this machine. It is obvious the problem runs deeper. Hamilton described the car as something alien, a mechanical behavior entirely different from anything he's driven before. His strengths, like precision braking, throttle control, and corner exits, simply are not working. It is as if the vehicle is resisting all efforts. Neither hours in the simulator nor deep data analysis have helped bridge this gap in understanding. And here lies the biggest warning sign. If there is no turnaround in performance by season's end, Ferrari could lose not just the championship, but also Hamilton's trust. This partnership is still in its early days, but the signs of strain are already showing. The team is trying to adjust its structure to accommodate Hamilton while maintaining Leclerc as their long-term cornerstone. That power dynamic is unstable, and with results like the one in Jeddah, internal tension is bound to grow. Outside pressure will also mount. The press will ask questions, fans will demand answers, and the team itself will have to reflect on whether this decision was truly the right one. And it is worth remembering what Hamilton said after qualifying. The fans are unhappy, the team is unsettled, the bosses are not pleased, and he himself is not satisfied. That is a serious signal that patience is wearing thin, and that difficult decisions may lie ahead. So what happens now? The clock is ticking. The European leg of the calendar is quickly approaching, and with it comes the ultimate test. Tracks like Imola, Barcelona, and Silverstone are demanding, technical, and expose every flaw in cars and drivers alike. And at this moment, Ferrari is heading into that stage with a model that clearly does not suit one of the sport's greatest champions. Hamilton's 7th place in Jeddah may look acceptable on the surface, but his words painted a different picture. "It was horrible," he said. "No solution." That is not the tone of someone still holding on to hope. It is the sound of someone drained, losing faith in the machine that was meant to bring him glory. Ferrari's car didn't have to be perfect from the start, but it also shouldn't be this far off. 4 full race weekends have passed, and the same issues persist. Mid-corner sliding, front-end understeer, rear-end instability, unpredictable balance shifts, and the word that continues to resurface is painful. Even more concerning is the fact that even Ferrari itself seems to be losing confidence. When Hamilton says the top brass is unhappy, he is signaling something bigger. There is growing unrest behind closed doors. Ferrari brought Lewis in to lead a new era, to be a symbol of renewal and strength. However, what they are facing is a complex, high-profile and high-pressure adaptation process that is falling short of expectations. And Frédéric Vasseur knows it. Vasseur is not just watching Hamilton struggle, he is watching Leclerc thrive, and that contrast is becoming impossible to ignore. The Monegasque has been calm, consistent, competitive. He is extracting the maximum from a difficult car. He is scoring important points, climbing podiums, and earning internal confidence. Meanwhile, Hamilton, with all his experience, is still trying to understand the car's behavior from sector to sector. That is the real danger. Momentum. Because in Formula One, momentum is everything. It influences technical choices, team dynamics, who receives upgrades first, and where the engineers place their trust. If Ferrari begins to center the project around Leclerc, even subtly, Hamilton's influence could start to fade. Not due to politics, but due to performance. Let's be clear. This has nothing to do with Hamilton's age, nor his commitment, nor his talent. He is still one of the best in the world. But this sport demands harmony between driver and machine. And so far, Ferrari's car behaves like a foreign language that Hamilton has not been able to translate. Each round is a different dialect. Each race, a new puzzle. The more he tries to find his rhythm, the more time he loses in the simulator. In briefings, while Leclerc seems to grasp it instinctively. Now the eyes of the paddock turn to Europe, where Ferrari's passionate fans will demand clear answers. And if they do not come soon, pressure will fall not just on Hamilton, but on Vasseur, on the aerodynamic team, and on strategy personnel. This project was not built on hope alone. It was built around Hamilton. His legacy, his voice, his belief that Ferrari could be the final chapter he always dreamed of. But if the car does not evolve, if performance does not take a significant leap, that dream could quickly turn into a nightmare. And that is what makes Ferrari's post-race statement so alarming. They are not just acknowledging Hamilton's difficulties, they are underlining them, drawing a line in the sand. And with McLaren, Mercedes, and Aston Martin picking up pace, the window for Ferrari to respond is closing faster than anyone expected. And what do you think? Is this still just a difficult adaptation process that Hamilton will overcome? Or are we looking at a fundamental incompatibility that even a driver of his caliber cannot conquer? Will Ferrari fix this before the summer? Or are we heading toward a season where Hamilton finishes every weekend with the same phrase, "It is going to be painful"? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your opinion, because this might end up being one of the most dramatic and defining stories of the 2025 season. And if you made it this far, thank you very much. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to join our Formula One community, and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single detail from this roller coaster of a season. We cover everything, from internal politics to engineering breakthroughs. And if Ferrari's crisis continues to escalate, you can be sure we will be here to break it all down with the depth and clarity you will not find anywhere else. Stay tuned, because if this is just the beginning of Hamilton's era at Ferrari, we are about to witness one of the most turbulent phases in modern Formula One history.